Welcome to the Atomic Dom 64 Volleyball Channel. I'm your host, Atomic Dom, and episode 4. Thank you guys for all the follows, the likes, and the comments. I appreciate it. Some of you I've seen in person, and I really appreciate the feedback. We got more lights in. So anyway, what we're going to talk about is tournament season. It's tournament season for us. Kicks off this weekend in Chicago. So we're going to talk about EDC. Dom, what's EDC? EDC stands for Everyday Carry. That's right. This is a 3-day tournament, so it's a big stretch up there, and you can't go to the concession stand every day. Maybe if you got a coach's per diem, you're probably going to run out in Chicago because everything is spendy in Chicago. So let's talk about what we take in our everyday carry in our bag. Let's go through the bag breakdown. All right, so starting off, let's start off with the exterior, right? You want to know, in the Midwest, it's always wet, right? So you always want something that's going to be water resistant. Keep your gear dry because there's nothing worse than opening up a soggy backpack and then having all of your stuff ruined, wet clothes, whatever. So first thing I think is most important is being able to identify your bag. Sometimes it's not in the budget where players get different bags than coaches. Maybe not. Maybe you have to have the same bag as the players. So got to identify your bag. Pick out something that's cool, and show your little war badges here. Like these are like military awards, right? These are our credentials that we're in all tournaments that we've been in. And why do we do that? I don't know. It's a volleyball thing, and maybe we're just a little bit cooler than most. Pockets on the outside are always helpful. I wish I had a few more out here. Gonna want something, a refillable water bottle will be good, something to hold a drink. Maybe if you need energy drinks or something on the other side, that's always a good idea, right? I always use this remove before flight bag. I'm an Air Force guy, so it's just kind of fun for me. It's got a kind of nice connotation with people flying in volleyball at the net and attacking the ball. But anyway, with that being said, let's talk about this front pouch, right? This front pouch is most important, I think. This is where I keep the easy, quick stuff that I need to get to. If I need to get my wallet, keys, sometimes for those of you who are older, not that I'm saying that I need these glasses, but I'm just saying someone might need them if they're out there. Inevitably, you're going to have to ref, right? So it's always a nice place to keep an e-whistle or your regular whistle. So give it to one of your players. Make sure you get it back. Those things are kind of expensive. All right, let's talk about loops and pads, all right? What a nice durable loop that you can grab onto and carry it even when it's packed full. Padded straps, those are key, right? Chest retainer here, you're going to help even out the load, which is good. And there's a nice little clip over here. You can probably clip a microphone if you're a dude like me. Working in media, or you can put your tournament credentials on there. You don't have to dig them out and show them to people to get in if you're at that type of tournament. And a lot of places to store things too. So those are always important and useful. All right, let's get into the big pouch. Here we go. All right, let me call out product designers right here. All right. Thank you for coming up with the idea of using a light colored liner. I worked in the sports license industry for years, and I know this was a big issue for us. Light colored liners are always better. You get something lost in the bottom of there and it's dark, you can't find it, and it just drives you nuts. But so this is also very helpful. So thanks to the product designers out there doing that. All right, one of my favorite things, not a sponsor of the show, dude wipes. Dude wipes are key, right? You never know when you touch something gross out there, or the bathroom is out of soap, and you got to touch all those door handles or whatever it is, or so there's a spot on the floor that you need to clean up. Someone spilled some, an energy drink of some sort, and now the floor's sticky. So it's always nice to have those on hand. If you've ever been to the Nationals in Orlando, you know that it's 100 degrees outside and it's like 32 on the inside. So it's always nice to carry another sweatshirt or another hoodie that you can throw on, keep yourself warm. I like to compartmentalize things. I'm not real organized, but I am that organized that I like to keep stuff together that could be the small things that fall apart in your bag, So in here I've got power cords, batteries. There's all kinds. I got 2 batteries actually. So all kinds of things here that you can keep in these little bags that keep them from running all over the place. All right, so what if you're at practice one day and you can't find the crank, right? So you got to raise the net or lower the net, depending on what age group you're coaching. So nobody ever seems to put the crank in the right spot. They never return it. So I got on eBay and I found one for like $10, right? And this just happens to fit. And there's a lot of different standards out there, but this one just happens to fit the standards that we use in our gym. So I always keep that in my bag. I don't take that to tournaments. I don't need the extra weight. And then, you know, of course, club branded gear is always good. You get cold, you still want to look cool, right? Got to be professional. All right, let's get this down and let's get into the middle section of the bag and see what we can find in here. All right. Now again, not another sponsor, but snacks are always good. Nothing beats tournament yoo-hoo, right? Okay. What else? Again, baggies and batteries and compartmentalized things. That's key. It's going to be snack time somewhere, and you can't get to the concession stand, or the parents, or they left you high and dry, or they're not back yet because they're trying to get you a sandwich and trying to get it in, and they can't quite get it in. Have some dried fruit available. That's always fun to have, right? Don't forget, you get dry mouth, and getting those huddles, sometimes things can get a little hairy. So mouthwash, maybe gum, those are always good things to have. Earbuds, sometimes you just need a break. And if you know it's a long day, so it's not a bad idea to carry some earplugs. I got to pack mine. I don't have one here. It's a good reminder. Again, glasses for those who need them. You know, like, not saying that I need them, but in the military, we used to say if you have two, you have one. If you have one, you have none. Meaning someone's going to borrow it, you're going to lose one, and you're not going to get one back. So it's always nice to have a backup. Again, more charging cords to fit your needs, you know, and hopefully everyone will universalize and they can just use one charging cord and not a USB and a lightning and a whatever. All right, snacks. Snacks are always good. You got to have something for the hunger pains, right? And those of you might have, what if you have a diabetic on your team? Like I had a diabetic player once, and he you could see him getting sluggish on the court. It was really cool. He knew it, and he would look over you to sub him out. He would come onto the bench and he would parcel out 7 Skittles, and somehow that raised his blood sugar, and he was good to go. And he always knew it. So keep an eye on those players if you know that, and always have a conversation with the parents. That's a good idea. But that was incredible. And I'm thinking to myself, well, whenever you eat Skittles, you know, nobody eats just 7. So what's that do to our blood sugar, right? Anyway, I'm a huge dark chocolate fan, so I got to have dark chocolate with me all the time. Carmex, it's always good. Again, not another sponsor, just some products that we use. Little notebooks. I always keep notebooks on here. I write plays and defensive drills and skills, and sometimes I go to coaches' clinics and I just write down things. So these books are always awesome to have. And of course, you got to have 1,001 pens and pencils. If you don't have those, the books are useless. I like this little rocket book. It's the erasable paper that you can scan and upload to your phone, and have digital files. So if you need to draw a play up or something cool that you saw and you want to have that idea, you know, you can always upload it that way. What else? Tape. Always a great idea to have tape. You never know when something happens to a player, whether it's a shoelace or it's a finger or something like that. It's always good to have tape on hand. What else do I have in here? Batteries and power cords. I'm telling you, back up the batteries. How many kids are at a tournament, and how many wall plugs are taken with wall chargers and that sort of thing. So there's never seems to be one available for me. So I wanted to bring my own batteries. Probably the most important thing is a first aid kit. You can pick these up just about anywhere. You know, your local hardware store, your CVS, Walgreens, Target, whatever it is. Go in there, pick up one of these, and always have plenty of Band-Aids on hand. I will make this note that sometimes they will stick some pain relief pills in there, like ibuprofen or aspirin or something like that. I strongly suggest you take those out. As a coach, you should probably know you're not allowed to give kids anything regardless of their age. There's huge liability attached to that for you and possibly the club. I'm sure that's something you don't want to be involved in. So make sure you monitor that, or just take it out completely. And so that's their parents' job to do that. So I'm also no lawyer, so I don't really know the law, but I guarantee you, as litigious as we are these days, I take it out. And lastly, I think what I have in there is a small screwdriver set. How many players do you know that have glasses, right? And they come loose, or they get hit in the face and things come loose, and you know, and they're just constantly adjusting. Next thing you know, they're not playing ball the way they used to play because they're worried about their glasses. Totally legitimate, totally fair. So why don't you have a set of those on hand, and you can kind of take care and alleviate that problem. So the more issues and problems that we can mitigate, the better off we are as coaches. So lineup sheets, pencils, anything that you can use to back up your storage for your battery was awesome. Cell phone, if you want to recharge your cell phone, we live off those things, and you're constantly checking schedules and you have a low battery, then what? Then you're late, and who knows what happens when that happens. So anyway, I think that's all I have for this episode. It's kind of a short one, it's kind of a quick one, but I wanted to get it out there because I think everyone's everyday carry is very important. And I think for me, the most important thing is first aid kit, plenty of dark chocolate. So, all right, gang, I don't know. I feel so much better when I have the headsets on. I don't know why. It just feels different. It feels cooler. I feel like I'm doing something, like I'm a producer or something. Anyhow, players, I know you thought you were going to get off easy when we did the coaches portion of the everyday carry. Let's talk about your everyday carry, okay? So your bag should have a space for knee pads and shoes, and sometimes those things just get soaked, and you don't want to smell other things in your bag. So you want to make sure you have a wet compartment for that. Usually you'll find them at the bottom or sometimes on the side or in the back. That's always good. And don't forget, always, always, always bring all of your jerseys that you're wearing that season. Bring your warm-ups. Look like a team. Your parents pay for that gear. The club expects you to represent themselves in a certain fashion. You should look that way. Don't wear your favorite hoodie, even in high school. Don't do that. Wear what your school colors are. Wear a team color. Wear it proudly. Same thing with club. If you were issued that stuff, it doesn't matter. If you don't like it, you got to wear it. Wear it and wear it till you get to the court and look like a team, look professional. One thing I forgot to add to the coaches. There used to be a little term called the red bag, right? Red bag was often for female players, but also male players, because you also put a blood jersey in there. Player gets hit in the face, something happens, someone collides, they have a bloody nose, get blood on their jersey, well, they're going to have to get that off. So it's always nice to pack a blood jersey with you. Maybe one or two. Your club director probably has one if they're traveling at the tournament. They probably got one or two for each team. So, and I don't know the rules of having that if there happens to be the same number. Hopefully it won't be the same number as a player that you have on the floor. Again, good reason to have tape, because now zeros can become eights and sixes can become eights and that sort of thing. So anyway, with that being said, make sure you take care of those players that who may need the red bag situation. So again, also on their parents, but hey, I'm a girl dad. My girls played volleyball, and I understand what happens, so just be prepared for it. I don't think anything new there. The girls are more mature about it than anybody, I think, so don't get all cringy. Anyhow, players, it's your part of your responsibility and your captain's responsibility to make sure that you guys have everything you need in your bag before you leave town for that tournament. Okay, do a pre-flight check. Open up a group chat. Say, hey, we're wearing this jersey tomorrow. Again, that's a captain's job, according to me. Some people don't do that, but that just shows good leadership if you're a captain. So, or just a player in general, just make sure team's together, man. Look like a team. That's what you're there for, right? You're a team. Look like it. Act like it. It's not time to be an individual, right? You can do that when you're away. You can go back to your individuality, but for right now, we're doing it for the team. We're giving it up for the team, right? All right. So you've not been admonished. You've just been advised. So with that being said, I'm officially out this time. All right. Atomic Dom, out.